But before that, what's going to happen, man?
I would like to invite up Pat Vale. He has a few words he would like to say.
Pat's not going to talk about my dick, too, is he? Which A, isn't actually that big, Jeff, by the way, and B, well, is my dick.
Great. Exciting for most people. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else. Bowling pins back there. Some of them look quite human. Some of them look more alive than certain 85-year-olds in the house. Joe Harvard is a hell of an individual. I'd like to explain how I met him. I was doing a spoken word show for Chris Omi, the super genius, also of Well Baby, at the Saint back in 2004, 2 weeks before the presidential election. And I had a roommate that did nothing but watch TV. CNN at that. And he would switch to Fox News during the commercials at CNN. I had heard enough about the election, and at this spoken word show I was hearing even more, so I was walking out. And one thing led to another, and the sound man walked over and said, "Why are you leaving?" And I said, "Because I'm tired of hearing about why I should vote for Kerry. I've heard it all before." And he said, "Well, if you're voting for Bush, then you're a moron." Being a diehard Green Party voter my whole entire adult life, I said to this man, "Well, if you're voting for Kerry, then you're an idiot." And he said, "You call me an idiot one more time, I'm going to knock you out." So I mulled it over and I said, "You know, idiot, 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 idiot." And Joe Harvard lunged at me, and Chris Omi grabbed me as I was about to lunge, and Scott grabbed Joe, and a beautiful friendship had begun. We met again a few years later on the same night that I met my girlfriend of the past 3.5 years that I love dearly. Braving even the Harvard waters that I was so afraid of, I didn't want to get hit in another situation at the Howard Johnsons, which had worse security than Chris Omi and Scott. And I knew that Joe could take me out. Something in his eyes, in those fearsome, wizened, old eyes. Which brings me to why I love old people. Because they make me feel young. And that is one of the reasons why I go to O'Toole's every Monday night, so that Joe Harvard can make me feel incredibly young. And hopefully during the week I'll be able to talk to him on the phone. And I know what Joe is doing on the other end of that phone as we speak. I'll say, "Hey Joe, got this music awards thing coming up in Long Branch. Would you be interested in hosting it?" "Well, Pat, that sounds really like a good idea. I think it shouldn't be too hard for me to show up and do that at that, what night is it? Saturday? Yeah, I could definitely do that. I would love to do that." Because then the funny thing about it is, back in Boston, there was this guy that I know, and nowadays he won't admit to smoking a joint. But I know that I smoked a lot of joints with him way back when, and I was picking up like 15 pounds a pound of weed just for personal consumption, and there was this guy, and we called him the Dominican, and he lived in an apartment over down in Cuba, and we would drive all the way down to Cuba to go get, and then the phone went dead. It took me 10 minutes of dialing back to get him back on the line. It was busy the whole time, and I knew what was going on. Joe was talking to me, though I was not there. So, old man, I have one thing to say. Jesus Christ has how many billions celebrating his birthday? And there's about maybe 100 people here. This is Joe's Miss. Keep Joe and Joe's Miss. And happy birthday, you old motherfucker. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Joe Harvard.
Fire.
Happy birthday to you.
Both cakes in one blow. Joe's a good blower.
That man can blow.
fire hazard. I was worried someone, look at the frosting is melting. And that's not even like all of them, really. That's not my real age, is it? Is it? That is scary. Okay, so yeah, I think the most positive thing that's happened tonight is that I'll never want to hear anyone talk about me again or say anything nice. I'm done. Thank you. I got it. Thank you. I'm embarrassed. You guys have been really nice. And secondly, what's the second thing? I can't remember the second thing is. That's how old I am. There was another thing, but what was the other thing? Oh yeah, if I can be 50, anyone can be 50, right? So I think everyone should pretty much take that. It can be done. You can get there. You may not know what the hell's going on when you get there, but yeah, it's all right. Belvedere's coming up. Mike Nordzi is going to lead us through our paces, and probably grabbing a few people from the audience.
And for those of you who didn't notice, there's like a wheelchair and stuff on the cake, and it says Happy 85th Joe.
You gotta look at this cake, it's really beautiful.
It's fun.
But don't eat the chocolate wheelchair, that's for me.